Imagine a cargo ship that braved the icy waters of the Arctic, carrying valuable furs for trade. It's 1931, and the SS Baychimo, a 1,300-ton steel-hulled vessel, is making its way through the frigid Alaskan waters. But this journey is about to take a turn no one could have predicted. Stranded by thickening ice, the crew abandons her, expecting her to be lost forever. But instead of sinking beneath the Arctic waves, the Baychimo begins an eerie journey of her own, one that defies all explanation. Stick around as we unravel the mystery of the ghost ship of the Arctic, a story that has puzzled historians, mariners, and locals for almost a century. Subscribe if you love uncovering these strange and mysterious tales from the past that defy belief. The last voyage begins. The SS Baychimo was a sturdy steel-hulled cargo steamer built in Sweden in 1914. Originally, she was used to transport goods across the Atlantic, but by the 1920s she was sold to the Hudson's Bay Company in Canada, which tasked her with transporting fur and goods between trading posts along the northern Canadian coast. In 1931, the Baychimo embarked on a routine voyage along Alaska's northwest coast, navigating treacherous waters near the Beaufort Sea. As the cold intensified, the Baychimo faced an obstacle that spelled trouble. Thick Arctic ice began to form around her, trapping her in place. Though her crew held out hope that the ice might eventually break up, they were forced to endure the harsh conditions as the winter set in. Frozen and forgotten, the days grew shorter, the air colder, and the ice showed no sign of thawing. After weeks of enduring the brutal conditions, the crew realized they were stranded. The Hudson's Bay Company organized a rescue mission, evacuating most of the crew by plane, but as a last resort, a few remained, hoping to retrieve the ship before it became a permanent fixture of the frozen north. Soon, however, the remaining men were forced to leave as well, with nothing but the grim expectation that the Baychimo would be crushed by the ice and lost forever. But incredibly, the Baychimo survived the winter. When spring arrived, the crew was shocked to find the ship freed from the ice, drifting aimlessly across the Arctic seas. They attempted to board her and bring her back, but the unpredictable Arctic ice forced them to give up, leaving the Baychimo to her fate. Despite the crew's belief that the Baychimo would eventually succumb to the elements, she continued to appear in the waters near Alaska. Fishermen, explorers, and even indigenous communities began reporting sightings of the unmanned vessel, her silhouette drifting through the fog as if she were still on a mission. Each time she appeared, the Baychimo's condition deteriorated, but somehow she kept afloat, as if resisting nature's pull to the ocean floor. The haunting pattern of reappearances. For years, the Baychimo would vanish and reappear, each time drawing more attention and fueling the eerie aura surrounding her. People wondered how a vessel abandoned in such harsh conditions could withstand the brutal Arctic elements without maintenance or crew. Yet, from 1932 to 1935, the Baychimo was spotted multiple times, silently gliding along the icy waters. Some locals believed she was haunted, or perhaps enchanted, a ship with a will of her own. In the following years, some attempted to capture or salvage the Baychimo, but every attempt was thwarted by the Arctic's unforgiving environment. A group of Inuit hunters spotted her drifting near their camp and tried to board, but a sudden storm forced them to abandon her. Even seasoned Arctic explorers had their efforts stymied, as the unpredictable weather and shifting ice flows made it nearly impossible to retrieve the wayward vessel. The Hudson's Bay Company had long given up on trying to recover the Baychimo, but as sightings continued, the ship took on an almost mythical status, a specter of the frozen north that appeared only to those brave enough to enter her domain. A final sighting? Or is it? In 1969, nearly 40 years after the Baychimo's abandonment, the ship was reportedly seen drifting near Alaska. This would be the last verified sighting. A few local stories claimed she was seen later, but none could be confirmed, leaving many to wonder if the Baychimo finally succumbed to the relentless Arctic elements, sinking to her icy grave. Or perhaps the Baychimo continues to drift along forgotten routes, waiting for her next encounter with a lucky or unlucky soul. The mystery of the Baychimo lingers in the minds of those who remember her tale, with the question of her final resting place remaining unsolved. The Baychimo's ghostly journey across the Arctic has inspired a number of theories. Some believe she was cursed, left to roam the frozen seas as a warning to those who venture too far into the unknown. Others propose more practical theories, suggesting that her cargo or structure might have prevented her from sinking, allowing her to stay afloat for decades. Researchers continue to study her story, fascinated by the vessel's endurance against all odds. Some even speculate that the Baychimo might still be out there, locked in ice or quietly drifting, hidden from modern explorers. The idea that she could reappear at any moment captivates historians and adventurers alike, making her one of the most intriguing ghost ships in history. The ship that time won't let go. The tale of the SS Baychimo remains a testament to the power of nature and the mysteries that the Arctic still holds. Over the years, countless ships have disappeared into the icy depths, but none quite like the Baychimo. Her story reminds us of the untamed wilderness of the Arctic and the secrets that may lie beneath its frozen surface. Whether she has finally found her resting place or continues to drift among the icebergs, the Baychimo has earned her place in maritime legend, and with each sighting, the legend grows stronger, inspiring the curiosity of all who hear her tale. For more stories of unsolved mysteries and legendary encounters, make sure to subscribe and stay tuned for our next journey into the unknown.